My name is Ann Gruber, and I'm here to share my experience with loss. I have experienced the loss of my daughter. She was born on 4/19/17, and she passed away on 4/22/17.
I have experienced significant loss in my life, but the one that was probably the hardest to deal with was my baby brother. The loss of my brother Dusty affected me more so than any other death I'd ever experienced because he was so young. And it was something that I felt could have been prevented. Do I struggle with grief daily? I struggle with his loss every day. There's not a day that goes by that I don't think of him in some capacity, and some days it's more than others, some days it's less, but there's not a day that goes by that I don't struggle with him not being here.
The process of grief is never ending. You feel like your head is above water for a second, and then all of a sudden you're bowled over and drowning again.
That's a very tough one. One of the main things you definitely want to do is encourage them to seek counseling first, depending on how desperate they are and how traumatic the incident has been to that individual. Secondly, you want them to join what we call some type of special group, some type of support group that they can talk to and help them walk through the process of that death. And another thing you want to encounter, what I learned from some other therapists, that let's say that your child died at a very young age. One of the main things you want to do is do something that's going to remember that child. Like I said, if the child was not able to celebrate that first birthday, throw a birthday party for that child to be able to celebrate those memories of the death of that child. Even in your home, build some type of memorial in the living room or the dinner area, any part of your home that would keep you in memory of the loss of that child, because it's very important that you always remember that loved one.
The grief has affected my outlook on life and how I approach things now. Without Dusty being here, it's a constant thought in the back of my head. In a lot of ways, it makes me appreciate life more, and then in other times, it's just really hard. Sometimes you feel guilty for still being here and him not. And it especially is affected around the holidays. The holidays just they're just not the same anymore.
In the beginning, I received a lot of support from those closest to us. But after, I don't know what certain amount of time passes, people expect you to, like I said, return to normal. And I guess be done grieving, be over the hurt. So the support was strong in the beginning, but it really, excuse the pun, dies out. As a parent who has lost a child, you don't just lose them physically, you lose all the hopes, dreams, and aspirations that you had for their entire life. So, in essence, I lost my life as well.